this is okay to ask. Do you understand why JG felt pushed to get you help in the way they did? If you can't forgive them, I totally get that, but I'm sure they honestly felt like there's nothing else they could do except stand by and watch. Snowdegraw, maybe they thought that what they were doing was like the right thing to do. And again, I don't wish her or anyone else that was like involved any bad. Like I wish the best for everybody. But I really think that if instead like maybe they would have like talked to me beforehand, because that literally never really happened. I know that like it said that like it was, but they never really did. And I felt like I was just put in like a very uncomfortable like situation, and maybe they thought that that was the right thing to do, but it just really, really affected me like very, very badly. And I just kind of feel like it kind of would have made more sense to, you know, talk to me before and not to be like just kind of putting all this information online. Maybe her and her friends like thought that was the right thing to do. It did affect me honestly really, really badly, and I do feel like a lot of like the false claims against like other people, that's mostly what I feel like isn't fair. Like if she wants to, I guess, like think that what she did to me was like the right thing or have her opinions on me, I mean, you know, that's one thing, but I think kind of like dragging other people into it is something that I especially feel bad about. And that's the thing. I just feel like, you know, there's other things that like could have been done, like maybe you know, like she could have tried to talk to my mom, or and there's really no reason to be like, you know, trying to hate on Shane at all when he's been such a good friend to me, and then also kind of like indirectly hating on Damon when he's also been a really good friend. And I feel like he definitely also, like, you know, they don't deserve that at all to kind of be like brought into like that whole situation. And to also be like, you know, possibly getting hate because of like what's being said in that video. And thing is, like, you know, I just kind of feel like she wouldn't really know if somebody was like a good friend to me just because of maybe what she's seen on the internet or like what she thinks she knows. So that's just something that I guess like I just don't really agree with. And then just kind of making all these videos like super publicly. Right when I came back, I mean, seeing that there was like 3 videos within a couple of days made about me, about that, it was kind of like, kind of crazy, especially when these people didn't really reach out to me at all the entire time that I was gone for like 6 months or something crazy. Why didn't your mom call a doctor for you earlier then? Your health situation was really bad at the time. Sanjit, you know, my mom did want me to see a doctor. She was concerned for a long time, and I was gonna end up seeing a doctor anyway. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like she was concerned as things were getting, you know, kind of to not, I guess, a good point and everything, but yeah. Like, I know there was another thing said in the video, like, it was the first time that, like, Eugenia really had to deal with like, not being praised, like, the first time Eugenia had to actually face things, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess if you think I needed to, like, face, like, people screaming and yelling and swearing, and not that there's anything wrong with swearing, but in the way they were doing it, they were, like, everyone was cursing each other out, and there was a guy trying to get in everyone's beds, and people banging on walls, and, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if that's really gonna be exactly what I needed to witness, I guess. And also even the people working there just kind of treating you like you're crazy and not taking you seriously whatsoever, and like, yeah, I wouldn't really say it was the best experience I've ever had. Luckily, my mom, who is a great person, you know, kind of saved me. And explain the situation. It was still not that easy to leave, but yeah, I did end up going to a place that was a lot safer, but it was a lot of me. If you don't mind me asking, Eugenia, were you allowed to contact anyone during your stay? When I was in that place, no. I literally had no way to contact anyone, which was also really, really terrifying. Like, I had everything taken away, and I had, like, really not, like I could give them, like, my mom's number and stuff, but I literally did not really have a way of, talking to anyone. When I was moved later I could, when I was, like, moved somewhere safer and all that, but, Yeah. When you were in a psych ward, they took your phone away? Yeah, I had like no contact with anyone. How long was I there? Well, luckily I was able to leave early because my mom like helped me and like saved me, and she was even kind of worried like when she showed up, because she even thought like this place seemed really dangerous, and she saw people like being like, it was actually a place, I don't know how much I should be getting into this, guys, but it was literally from a place that was like right next to like a jail. I feel like also some people getting very heavily involved. Like, can I just say a certain person's boyfriend? Oh God, no, I sound so mean. But okay, like these people that are acting like they knew me like so well when that's never even like the truth. I literally have like, I barely knew some of these people that are acting like they knew me so well and they were such close friends to me. It's like, no. And even a lot of these people, like, you know, they're like, some of them I haven't even, like, I barely would see, like, at all. And, like, it's kind of being portrayed like they were, like, my best friends when it's just not really the truth. And I also feel like a lot of claims against my family and against my friends and stuff is just not fair and not the truth and everything. So, you know, that's basically how I feel about it, and that's why I just kind of don't agree with it.
What is the one positive
Thank you,
thing
Spirit
that
of
you got
Glitter.
out of treatment? I see you came out with a strong
Thanks.
sense of self and positivity.
I guess that's some of the good things, you know. I mean, I guess like I guess like, you know, like I'm like my health is doing a lot better. And hold on, guys, I'm just gonna reply to something real quick. I mean, I guess like, hey, I guess it makes you stronger, you know, the hard things that you go through in life. So I guess that's good. I hope you can still see treatment as an option if you feel you need it. You can look up places of your choosing. You should be in control of your own health and recovery journey. Thank you so much, No DeGraw. And yeah, you know, after that, I was in a place that was a lot safer. I still, like, you know, like, honestly, like, yeah, like, when I went through it, definitely affected me a lot and had, like, a pretty big impact from kind of that really bad experience. But, you know, I'm definitely lucky that after that, at least I was in a place that was, like, a lot safer. And yeah, I don't want you guys also, yeah, to, if anyone ever does feel like they're struggling or anything like that, I don't want you guys to think that all places are like that, because it's definitely not the case that all places are so terrible, like the place that I was originally sent to. A lot of people really think that she was a really good friend, like doing what she did, but it's just that, like, I don't know, a lot of this was just very suddenly put upon me, and none of it was really ever talked to about to me before. It was just all like very sudden. And again, there's a lot of false claims about like my family and friends, and that I especially don't like. So I mean, that's just makes me feel really bad. And like, yeah, does your mom care about you? Does she want the best for you? Of course she does, guys. Yeah, of course she does. I mean, at the time when things were to a really bad point and everything, she was concerned about me. Yeah. Places like that can be akin to jail. Yeah, I can just say that like where I went, I was like kind of scared for my life. It was interesting. Stacy's mom, thank you for the bits.
Never have spoke about your mom or your family in general.
Yeah, especially without really knowing them at all.
Family. Also, her saying that Shane isn't doing anything.
Shane's always been an amazing friend to me.
You and reaches out to show concern in any way.
And yeah, that's the thing, you know, like privately and stuff, Shane has always been seriously such an amazing friend to me, and is honestly one of the kindest people that I've ever met. And I can never say enough good things about Shane. So I just really feel like he definitely doesn't deserve to be getting like any more hate because of like a stupid video that was made. Like maybe she could have just talked to me instead of just kind of making like these videos right away when I came back, and before that never really talking to me about things and just kind of putting me in an extremely uncomfortable situation. And I don't know if I should say this, but I'm just gonna say it. Another thing that also is something that happened, which I don't know if she's gonna deny this if she sees this, but this did happen. I know in the video she says like I didn't really do this because the mental health professionals decided that she had that, like, you know, that like this had to happen. I don't know if I should be saying this, but I guess I'm just gonna. So they did talk to me first, and they asked me some questions and whatever. Honestly, If I failed, I wouldn't be that surprised because I was extremely nervous. I was not expecting to be in that situation that day. I was extremely nervous. But after that, that wasn't all that happened. After that, they were brought back in, and they also did talk to the mental health people. Fear problems, thank you so much for the 8 months. I really appreciate that. And they did tell them a lot of things about my family and about me that weren't true. They saying that they didn't at all talk to the mental health professionals. I don't know what happened like beforehand with that. I wasn't expecting to be there. I didn't even know who those people like were. I didn't know if they were like it was so like, I don't know. But anyways, no, like after they talked to me, they brought them back in and they were told a lot of things that were not all the truth at all. So I mean, not everything that's being put across in these videos that are so publicly being like made now, not everything being said is the truth, and a lot of things are being twisted around. So I mean, but I don't know, maybe she just made this video trying to defend herself if she was getting a lot of hate. I'm not saying I wish her any bad, and a lot of this happened a long time ago anyway, but I'm just pointing out like some things that I think like some people think like that I maybe lied about or whatever that aren't exactly like the full truth and everything. So I mean, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't really honestly know why the person made the video. I guess the main reason was because somebody kind of like pretended to be them in the stream, I guess, but I mean, the video kind of also covered things that had nothing to do with that. Me personally, guys, like I would never really be somebody that would go into someone else's Twitch stream and like pretend to apologize in someone else's place. Like, that's a little weird to me, but you know, yeah, that was a little weird. And I kind of was like, I don't know, in that moment, guys, like I'm fine from that now, but in that moment on the stream, like, because I know now, I guess a lot of people kind of saw my reaction, and I know some people are mad at me also for kind of like my reaction in that stream, but the thing is, I was just caught really off guard. I probably should have like realized it was probably not even a real account, but I guess in the moment I just kind of thought it was real, and I was just like not really knowing how to react because, you know, like Twitch streams are live, so it's all kind of in the moment, and I was caught like very, very off guard, and it was a little uncomfortable to me in the moment. And yeah, and it's kind of weird to me too how like, you know, like someone can act like they know how someone else treats somebody as their friend when they don't really know like what somebody could have said to somebody privately, or how they've been how their friendship is with that person. And that's what makes me feel the worst, like, you know, because that's not like, yeah, I just don't feel like anyone else like deserves the hate because of me or anything like that. And I never mean to cause that for other people at all. So I mean, can you give us your side on what happened? Well, like I said, I'm not trying to like really bring up past drama, but I guess I'll just say that people that claim that they were, you know, constantly bringing up their concerns to me and stuff like that, that never happened. There's just like some things that are just kind of not true. Like I think in another, I don't know, I feel weird, like, you know, I feel kind of weird, like, bringing up things, because in this video, not all these things are, like, brought up. If you don't tell your side of the story, the drama will never be dropped. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I just kind of feel like sometimes no matter what I say, like, okay, here's something that's not true. Like, the thing about my mom, see, that's another thing that honestly I'll still feel bad about, because, like, the claims about my family, I just feel like were really wrong without these people even really knowing my family. And that's something that, like, still to this day, like, that's something, like, still to this day, like, my mom will be getting hate, and my family will be getting hate, and, like, none of the bad stuff about them is even true. Guess what I feel like the worst about is, like, other people getting hate and people I'm friends with just for being nice to me. It's like, you know, guys, like, there's really no reason to hate on them. And the thing is just, like, a lot of, like, these crazy claims about my mom are also just, like, completely not true. And I feel bad that my mom, who really is a good person, still gets hate, and people still, like, bash her when she really doesn't deserve it at all, and she's really done nothing to deserve it at all. And I know, like, yeah, some people, I guess, don't like to listen to me no matter what. And also there's things like, you know, with my driver, who isn't really like a driver, like how it's portrayed. You know, there's a lot of bad claims against, like, a friend I have that gives me rides and kind of is like a driver, but you know, like, it's not, like, I know it was, like, said that he waits outside for me everywhere I go and all this stuff, which is not true at all, and he's actually a really good person, so, you know, I just feel bad about, like, some, like, false claims that people will still kind of believe, and, you know, a lot of that is never really mentioned, and things like that, so, yeah. Would you still love Shane if he did decide to try to get you help somehow, or would you feel betrayed? Perp, knowing Shane and what an amazing friend he's always been to me, I seriously don't feel like he would ever go about things in that way. And he's always really been someone that's, you know, always been there for me and just been, like, so kind to me. Like, yeah, I don't feel like he would ever be somebody that would go about doing things, like, in that way and making all these videos and doing that, which I know she hasn't made a video in a while up until recently, but yeah. Who was stealing pants? When I was in a very scary place, I witnessed that. And, like, this guy just trying to, like, go in everyone's beds, and this other guy screaming, and a lot of people, I guess, were coming, like, out of jails. It was interesting. And we're all right in our room. All next. Brittany, thank you for the bits. I really appreciate it.
Mental hospitals are.
Yeah.
I was in one
Pretty traumatic in a lot of ways.
Constantly.
I'm so sorry.
Traumatizing.
That's how I felt.
People have been really